Hello, welcome back to the TV room. David Bradley here. Okay, so I've turned the drive off. This is a 1541 that did strange things. I have taken another board, put it onto the drive, and now I will snag the 901229-05. This is a chip that I found many times over the years was squirrely. But this drive was weird in that it would not spin, but it seemed to be okay. Anyway, I'm going to check all the main chips, but I'm suspecting what I'm going to find in the grand scheme of things is that they're all fine. And we're going to end up with some weird, obscure little chip. So does the drive spin? It does. The Vic-20 comes on. Load. Commodore 8. And it works. Okay. Vic-20 off. That off. One more chip on here to check. Come on. I'm always putting these in lined up over here in the same configuration as to that where they came out of. I would be surprised if this is the failure. But until you check, you never know, you know. Okay. So we will check the witness mark. Line this up and pop it in. We're going to turn it on and the drive will spin. Okay. Well, we're getting there. Slowly. Very slowly, as always. So I guess what I'm going to do now, and I know it won't make any difference, or I'd be shocked if it did. I'm going to put all the good chips that were in the other board into this one. Come on, you. This is 6522. In. This is 6522. That's going to go in. In. This is the 6502. Just think how many millions. Or as my electricity teacher used to say, millions. Millions and millions. Okay, so there is the original board populated with the chips that are all from 1986. So we'll turn the Vic off, turn this off, unplug, we will unplug, we will unplug. And I know this is not going to make any difference at all. None at all. So the board comes out. And I'll set it gently in there. Then this long board goes in. It does 1, 2, 3 here. All right, okay. There's the LED. And this one, of course, is different. So we gotta take the read-write head thing, switch it all the way over here, get it coming out over there. Okay, oh, there's a spot for it. Oh my, there's the power. All right, let's get this. Let's get this lined up nicely, so we're not doing anything bad. And then put the read-write head thing on, which really doesn't matter because it's not going to work. This is not going on. Oh, got it on the wrong spot. Okay, it's on. It's on. Everything is on. Drive will not spin. It doesn't. It does not spin. Well, there are worse things. There are. Because we do have all the chips. Don't do that. We have all the major chips have been swapped and they work. So that is a good sign. But this board is, well, we'll see. It's going to need surgery for sure. And I'm sure if I look things up somewhere, I will find a description of what chip somewhere. What chip on this whole menagerie here. There's a lot of support chips on here. That's basically when they got the board smaller, they were able to do away or combine things. But when they first came out, the board was big. It was big. All right, so there is the original board from a 1541. But sadly, it is not working. And here is a much smaller version of the same board. And it is working. But I am, although, you know, I could leave these chips in here. I'm not going to. These are mostly because of the date code. Mind you, I've always heard also that things have a tendency to, even though they're all supposed to be the same, it's nice to keep chips in that were, you know, from the same vintage. Also, if I do, and I am, remember I sold the SID chip for people who are purists. And if they have an old drive, they would like to have chips that are closer to the date code. I mean, anyway. Does it really matter? No, it really doesn't. But if someone has a very, very, very old original 1541 and there's a bad chip, they would much rather have something, in this case, again, from 1982, as opposed to 1986, when these chips were made. Oh, well, sorry, 82, 82, 82, 83, and let's see if I can figure it out. Okay, so we got all those back in. Let's just make sure that we're still okay. Power is off. Power is in. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3. The read-write head, you gotta watch. There's 5 little things, but there's only 4 wires, so look for where you don't see anything inside. Now we're going to turn this on before that monitor decides to turn off. Okay, so we'll turn this back on, and the drive spins. So we'll load. Oops. Device. Oh. Yes, that's correct. It is not connected. When you do not plug in the cable, you will not get a favorable result. Okay. So, interesting. Very interesting. Well, what to do. You see, on this here board, which is the 1541, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I believe 31 support chips. That's a lot of desoldering, especially if you don't have a clue what's what. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Google 1541 disk drive will no spin. The main issue when you put a floppy and then run the command, like load the directory, the drive mechanism does not turn. But the drive C1 will not spin. This looks interesting. It's from Reddit. The drive seems to be communicating correctly. The light flashes briefly when turned on. I use the load command, but the motor does not spin. The motor appears to spin freely when turned by hand. Any tips might be wrong. Most of what I have found online deals with motors not stopping spinning. I have a multimeter and can check the voltages. I'm only getting 1 volt at C21 and C15. Thanks for these. It can be a number of things, according to Ray Carlson. It can be the motor controller, UC1, or the VIA, UC3. If the two VIAs, UC2 and UC3, are socketed, swap them to see if you get a change in behavior. Also check UD2 if you suspect the motor controller, UC1. Then you can try to get a modern replacement for that IC called Gandalf. C15 is notorious for failing and shorting. No motor spin. I've replaced more C15 10 talum caps than any other board failure on a 1541. I change it out first. Interesting. Let's see. Let's look at this. Now, once again, you never know which board people are referring to. You never know. C15. Where could it be? Oh, there's C16. Oh, C15. Right here in the corner. Right there. Interesting. Now, what else is it? UC1. Oh, that makes sense. It's right here. Right near all the stuff. UC1. And then the two BIA chips, which are named differently on here because the board is different. UC1. Or VIA UC3, which of course in here is different because this is a different version of the board. So right now, if I was going to go at this, I think I would go for UC1. Or as this other fellow said, C15. But boy, it's way off in the corner here. But you never know. But that seems to be the best. Here's another. Let's just see what this has to say. Oh, try the place. Okay, you did C15. One regulator. There's like 20. You got 12 volts. About 6. Is that a good start? Da, da, da. Oh. Well, my gut tells me C15 right there, or UC1. It does. So I guess for the moment, I'm going to set this down here. And I'm going to say, that's enough for now. So thanks for coming. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. We'll see you back here in the TV room. Bye for now.